Welcome back to the basement, the friendliest place on YouTube. We're fighting the boss of the second world in Kirby's Adventure, so let's go ahead and do this. It's Painty McPainterson, the painter extraordinaire.
We're fighting the boss.
Check it out. So he's
going
to paint something, and it's going to come alive.
Oh, terrible.
Waddle Dee.
I wish I had that ability. What would you paint if you had a paintbrush that when you painted things with it, it would become a real thing? True love? World peace? It's kind of a good question because instead of wishing for anything, it's like you can only wish for stuff that you're capable of drawing, you know?
Otherwise it becomes like this terrible like monstrosity.
Yeah, not what you meant.
Please kill me!
You draw like a world and a peace symbol and then like a giant brick road in the shape of a peace symbol is slapped down on the globe the size of Earth, and it kills untold millions of people, ruins the environment, like causes the oceans to rise.
Yeah, you'd have to actually be able to draw it. So I suppose at that point, I think I would...
Like, you couldn't even, like, paint a beautiful woman because she would be all asymmetrical and like Napoleon Dynamite drawing that girl, and he's like, spent 4 hours shading her upper lip. Can you imagine if that drawing came to life? You would not go on a date with her.
Oh, gosh.
So what would you paint?
I think I would paint a stack of bars of gold.
Yeah.
Because that seems relatively easy to draw correctly.
It would be funny if, like, the wish granter had a sense of humor, and so you just got, like, sticks of butter.
You're like, dang it!
Or, like, you paint, like, a stack of cash, but you don't get all the lines right and everything, so you just get counterfeit money. You'd really have to go for something simple.
Yeah, very simple.
Like, if you painted a race car, it wouldn't work very... Oh, secret. That is cool. Because that looked like death. Although Kirby can fly, so...
Yeah, so you don't really have to do that.
It's not as high... Oh, man, that feels like the switches in Super Mario World.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to play that game someday?
Have we not played that on the channel yet?
Well, we played a co-op version of it.
But we didn't beat it.
People loved it, but it
was broken.
We got
so broken.
100% soft-locked across all exits.
And there are ways to get around it, but it makes the game still basically unplayable.
Yeah.
So many levels you have to skip, and...
Unlike the Mario 64 co-op, which is still one of my absolute favorite series.
Yeah, I was considering actually seeing if you wanted to play some more of that tonight. I don't know how we would do that.
Mario 64?
Yeah.
We, that was fun. Although the thing is, I think it's more fun to watch than it was to play. It was a lot of fun to play for the most part, but it definitely was like, like some nights it was like, okay, here's what we're recording tonight. This game, and Mario 64. Yeah.
Dude, look at this graphics.
What's the
These
game?
graphics.
What's the game where you go around a tower and it spins? It's a Super
Kirby?
Nintendo game. It's like Shinobi or something. Some
I want
Japanese
spikes.
ninja name.
Shinobi sounds good.
Yeah, I think that's an actual like.
Can I not suck this guy up when he's doing his little dance?
Apparently not. Kirby
Dang it,
doesn't
I
suck
wanted
as
his
hard as
power.
you thought he did.
Thank
there we go.
Spiky head.
Needle. I recognize that from Golf Dream Course, Kirby's Dream Course.
Does that guy need a little help?
Oh, that was so much fun.
Kirby's Dream Course?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sure was.
I wish more people had watched that. I was having a lot of fun playing it, and
I think
we stopped before we needed to because nobody was watching it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate the way that the YouTube algorithm works, where it actually punishes. So just so you guys know, it's not so much a punishment as much as it is just like it watches what your last upload did.
Yeah.
And then it like uses that metric to figure out how it should serve your next upload.
Although it's not quite as straightforward as that, because remember when we did a week of Zelda? We should have, if that was as true as...
Can't touch this guy. This might be my first
plain
death.
as it seems, then the channel should have blown up during Zelda week, and it just didn't.
Yep.
Oh, there it is.
Dang it. Miss!
Yeah, we did nothing but Breath of the Wild for 7 days in a row, and we kind of thought, like, okay, so the first day we'll get 1,000 views, and the second day we'll get 2,000 views, and the third day we'll get 4,000 views, and we'll just like double.
Yeah,
every
it doesn't
day.
quite do that. I think it's probably weighted not very heavily like that, but it's
Right.
not a good idea if you have good, videos to have something that generally performs poorly and is going to perform poorly no matter what.
Right.
And the bummer about that, this power is really cool. Oh shoot, I lost it.
Oh, because you sucked him and the star up at the same time.
Yeah, the star, it automatically prioritizes the one that you got before. And there we go!
Nice! Kirby's going on a trip in his little rocket ship to the sky, little Einstein.
Don't know that song.
Going on a trip in my little rocket ship to the sky, little Einstein.
You know why I don't know what that is, Peter?
Because it's terrible?
Because I'm not a dirty hippie.
Oh, hey, that's
And I
not...
didn't try to little Einstein my children and ruin their lives.
I didn't either. My sister did to her children. My nieces
I'm just
and
kidding.
nephews.
No offense to anybody who got little Einstein or is currently in the process of little Einsteining.
Now that's
their
different
children.
than baby Einstein, but not
Oh.
much.
Little Einstein is... Oh!
Like toddler Einstein.
I just figured it was
High jump.
a small person dressed up like Einstein comes to your house.
You mean Dr. Will Wright of SimCity fame?
He does look like Einstein. Oh, come on! Ouch is right.
Ouch. Wasn't Dr. Wily supposed to look like Einstein? Because in
Yeah, Dr.
Japan,
Light is supposed to be...
they don't like Einstein because of the whole bomb thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And Dr. Light is supposed to be like Thomas Edison, right? That's what light bulb...
Maybe. Yeah.
Okay,
or
you wanna,
Tesla.
You want to see something evil that they did?
Yes.
Spikes.
Brutal. So the first time you're like, hey, an extra life. Oh.
And now I'm
negative
dead.
One, negative one up. Oh, one down.
One down. Oh, that was clearly not in my hitbox. You could see it.
I don't know. I think you're to blame for that one.
We got plenty of extra lives. We're doing fine.
That's true. You got 4 up from that the claw machine. You were telling me about how those are fixed.
The in
claw
real
machines,
life,
yeah.
in this game, you can win them. In real life,
Oh boy,
yeah,
ones and zeros.
that game is made to look like it's fair, but in reality, what it does is the claw is randomly grips hard or soft.
Yeah, and
Depending
it's
on a certain
softs.
depending on a certain algorithm, and the store owner can actually set the win rate
to 0%
to whatever they
or
want.
lower, right?
Yeah, they can set the win rate to whatever they want, and that'll determine how often it grabs with enough strength to actually pick something up.
Yeah.
Isn't that terrible?
I've
It's
never
deceptive.
like I played a couple of those Carnival Midway games where one in particular I remember there's a red circle on a white table and they hand you a few flat metal circles like CDs but smaller.
Okay.
And it's like you've got 4 or 5 and you have to drop them from an inch up. And
Okay.
if you can cover all of the red, you win a prize. And the prize is like a teddy bear bigger than you. Like bigger than your dad. Like, well,
I love
not
those.
quite, but like just huge,
Yeah,
you
just
know?
gigantic. Yeah.
And then the guy demonstrates. He's like, "Here, look, I'll do it." And you go drop, 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 and the red's gone. And I'm like, I could do that. Well, you know, it's $1, and the teddy bear is like enormous. And I tried, and it didn't quite work. But I was like, oh, I see what I did wrong. And that's designed to be that way. Like I can get it next time. I know I won't repeat my mistakes.
Well,
so I'll get it
especially
this
if
time.
that
Then you
guy
spend
can
another
just
$1.
do it.
Yeah, but
That was-
he's practiced it like 150 times though.
Right.
And I think that taught me to really mistrust those kinds of games. Especially, you ever see those vending machines where it's like an iPhone 10, you know, in the vending machine, or like a $500 iTunes card, or whatever.
You ready for the funnest
I
game?
love
Remember this
yeah.
one? All right, you guys, this is great. Pay attention. So
It's better than
I have to push the button when it says draw.
It's like with that.
Oh
nice.
gosh, I gotta
Fun.
be faster than that if I'm gonna beat all these guys. So that's frames. It tells you how many frames it took you to hit the button.
Dude, it's a really good test of like
Oh,
reflexes.
I know. 19 frames, so slow. If you go early, you get a penalty.
So this game's running at 60 frames a second. So
No, I mean the original game's 30.
no, NES was all 60 hertz.
Oh, shoot, I got a foul. I psyched myself
Oh,
out.
you pressed it early.
Yeah.
Yeah. So guys, in Japan, the NES ran at 50 frames a second, the Famicom. But the NES in America ran at 60 frames a second because the old tube TVs were 60 hertz or 60 refreshes per second.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so like early on in YouTube land, they only supported 30 frames a second. And so if you played an original Nintendo game and you got hit and you had iframes where it flickers frame by frame,
Sometimes you'll disappear.
you would disappear or you would look solid. And that's
Even in some
flashing.
games where they have an artificial 30 frames per second, like Shovel Knight is a good example.
Right.
That'll happen too.
Yep. Yeah. So
Power.
So those
Want my
games are running
sword
at
power?
60. I mean, they're low resolution, but they're running at 60. And now they slow down a lot.
They sure do.
Yeah.
In the basement.